Hello everybody, Megazord Xer back at it again to give you another very exciting video. And for today, yes, we were just right off the heels of that recent Nintendo Direct. Quite a bit of games that was kind of showcased off in that Nintendo Direct. And there's a lot of stuff I'm going to go through here and talk about and just kind of give my short little spill in that Nintendo Direct though. But one thing you kind of notice up in this Nintendo Direct, it was heavily remake and heavily remaster. And I'll have some more things to say kind of once we get to the tail end of this video though. But a very interesting Direct, nothing crazy, but we might as well go ahead and jump up in it though. So if you hadn't already done so, make sure you're going to hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game related I feel like talking about and discussing. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight up into this video. Alright, so kicking things right off, the opener for the Nintendo Direct, we had the Splatoon 3 expansion pass way to side order. Now, I feel like there was a good chance, and I actually made a predictions video, and I actually called it that we'll see more about it, but honestly, I was thinking they were going to release this game closer within this window frame of 2023. I was thinking it was going to be out holiday, but surprisingly, it's not going to come out until spring of 2024, so probably when that spring season for the Splatoon season drops for 2024, so March, April, or May, I'm thinking that's when it's gonna drop though. But it looks really cool, super futuristic. It seems like it's gonna be heavy, some heavy RPG elements, maybe even beefier than Octo expansion that we got for Splatoon 2. Next up, we had Mario versus Donkey Kong. Now, it's not the Donkey Kong game I really wanted, though. Yes, it is a remake of the Game Boy version of, Mario versus Donkey Kong, on the GBA. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's interesting right there. Yes, I would have loved for it to be a brand new 2D Donkey Kong or a 3D one. It's been over a decade, but I don't know, maybe those developers and stuff are actually working on. This game looks really stylish. It looks really clean. I did like some of those, Mario versus DK games on the DS and whatnot though, so we have that to look forward to. Literally it'll come out on February the 16th. Next up, they gave us another look at Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. We know that's being made by Ubisoft. The game looks really cool, really stellar. It just gave us some little extra shots of kind of what we saw on top of some of the other stuff that we managed to get within Summer Game Fest. The game looks really cool. Next up, you had a few different games I wasn't super kind of crazy about, like Horizon Chase 2, and then you had super crazy Rhythm Castle. I mean, games that might entertain some people though, but not me personally. The funny thing was they showed off Spy Anya Operation Memories. I actually like Spy Family, the anime, but they actually have a game on it. That caught me off the left field. Like, I literally wasn't expecting anything like that though. It's nothing that's going to be on my radar though, but I just kind of found it funny to be up in the Direct like that. Then we went over and flew over to Super Mario RPG. They kind of gave us some little updates on that game. We know that that's a game that's dropping out this November though. However, they actually showed us some little bit new stuff, like they're depending on the combination of your party, team makeup and stuff, you can have certain kind of special attack moves that, uses the combination of whatever team you have assembled at the time. And then also they had some post-game content where you're actually able to challenge older bosses that you managed to beat in the main story mode earlier. So there's a little bit of replayability that you're actually able to do up in this game though, but just some nice touches with those clean visuals for Super Mario RPG. Now this one, okay, I wasn't expecting there to be a remake of a DS game. Another Code Recollection was announced, and it's actually getting a remake for the one that was like the DS version and the Famicom Detective Club games, because those games never came out to the West, but we managed to get those remade. Similar avenue with this one though, so it's kind of cool. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be on my radar. There's a lot of stuff coming out in early 2024, but I'm definitely going to have to keep an eye out on this one. That one's actually planning to come out on January the 19th. The game looks really clean. I do say so myself. Now we finally managed to get a new look at Princess Peach game. Last time they showcased it off around Summer Game Fest time, it was just like a title card. Is this a new Princess Peach game? We didn't even know the name of it though. They gave us very little footage to go off of, but now we do know it's called Princess Peach Showtime, because it's actually coming out on March the 22nd though. But it's kind of interesting. It doesn't seem like it's going to be probably anything to my taste though, but I can appreciate for what it's trying to do. But yeah, Peach with these different costumes. First, at one point she was, like a cook, and then she's over here trying to do some detective stuff and all of that stuff. And it might very well be one of the very last Nintendo game releases that might be solely releasing just on the Nintendo Switch. So we do have that to look forward to as well, and it is planned to coming out on March the 22nd. Now this next game, Saga Emerald Beyond, that was technically our one Square Enix game right there, which honestly, I was thinking we were going to get like an HD 2D game for that from Square Enix though, but I guess that technically wasn't the case though. Next up, we had Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remaster. Now this right here, I wasn't really expecting this at all. It's kind of cool, as a matter of fact, that we're getting Lara Croft coming back within her trilogy games, and it's interesting because you actually are able to have like the 64 polygon aesthetic, and you can kind of, you know, play through the game like that, or you can have the full HD visuals and, you know, all souped up, looking really nice, really pretty and whatnot though. So it's really cool to actually see a cult classic like that come back. Remember, next up, we had a little bit of a recap with the Detective Pikachu Returns. I feel like they showcased this off, obviously way back in that Nintendo Direct that was kind of close to around Summer Game Fest, and then we got to reiterate it on a little bit more with the Pokemon Presents, the most recent one. So I feel like there was not too much more to say on this though, but we do know it's coming out in the month of October. Now, this next one, Trombone Champ, it was one of our few shadow drops from the Nintendo Direct. And you know what? This was kind of interesting because not only is it just wacky, kind of fun, I kind of saw this game on Twitter, but it's one of those few games that actually manages to use the IR sensor camera though. But yes, for all of those that are interested in it, it is available to play right now. Now, these next few games like Battle Crush, War Tales, you know, I ain't got too much to say about, you know, both of these two titles though, but if you like what you saw, you know, those were a couple games that were announced though. But Contra Operations of Beluga, it's kind of interesting. You know, it's just like the NES game, but it's kind of souped up a little bit, like a remaster or whatnot though. It's really cool, looks really clean with the aesthetics and whatnot though. So, you know, for old school classic Contra fans, you know what, you're kind of eating pretty good. You're kind of eating really good though. But yeah, now Unicorn Overlord, I was looking at this and I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting this to kind of show up with a game, let alone a game like this. Obviously, people and their mama. However, you know, they had this game. It's planned to coming out on March the 8th. It's not really speaking to me. I don't know. It's something about those kind of visual looking games. I'm just like, they just don't quite vibe with me though. But yeah, you do have that to look forward to as well. All right, now Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. We got another look at this game outside of that last direct that we managed to get around Summer Games Fest. And you know what? It's looking a little more souped up. We do know that the window release date for this is going to be summer of 2024. Obviously, this is, you know, just a 3DS game of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, just souped up, looking really nice. There is going to be a little bit of online play up in there, so I'm glad they kind of added, you know, just a little bit of extra stuff to this game. It's not just a copy paste. We're just going to HDify this game though, but in terms of all the stuff that was kind of announced at this direct, but it is coming out summer 2024. Now, next we had a couple of updates that were away from gaming. We had like the Nintendo Museum, which is kind of nice for people that kind of want to see, you know, Nintendo preserve some things, where to be games, stuff about their history and all that stuff. It is planned to be finished building in early 2024, roughly around Marchish or so. So yeah, if you haven't been in Japan or haven't been visiting there, you can kind of check that out though. But then also we got an update on Amiibo as well. And yes, we do know that they gave us some dates for the Tears of the Kingdom, you know, the Ganondorf and Zelda Amiibos. Those are coming out early November. Then we had the Noah and Mio Amiibo that were showcased off. That's coming out some point 2024. And then as well, we managed to get the Sora Amiibo. So for all y'all people and y'all's mamas that was worrying about, is Sora gonna get an Amiibo? Is Disney holding it back? Y'all can chill now. Y'all can chill. We're getting this Amiibo. It will be odd for them to be able to have an Amiibo of every single character in Smash Bros. Ultimate, but then leave Sora out. That just didn't sit well with me. But yeah, we had a bit of update from Amiibo's side of things. Next up, we had an update from F-Zero. And no, it's not F-Zero GX. It's not a remake. It's not a brand new game, but it is technically new. Yes, it is for NSO subscribers. Yes, we have another 99 game to basically replace the Pac-Man 99 that's going to be walking out the door here fairly soon though. So it's literally going to be like a death match. You got to be one of the last ones surviving, but also be in first place by the time you get to the very end though. So yeah, that was one of our shadow drops. I knew we were going to get something NSO related though. I'm surprised we didn't get any updates on future games for Game Boy or Game Boy Advance or N64 and none of that kind of stuff. A little bit unfortunate right there though, but nonetheless, I wasn't expecting anything F-Zero outside of them leaks, but you know what? It's kind of cool we managed to get a little bit of something right there. Now these next two, Bandle Tale and Song of Nunu, yeah, I ain't sorry, I ain't got really anything to say about those two. WarioWare Move It. We know this game is coming out here soon in the month of November though. We'll have this one of the second games, you know, that managed to use that IR cam and stuff like that. Obviously, if you're a fan of WarioWare and all the various micro mini games that are up in this thing, it's definitely gonna speak to you. But yeah, we had that game coming out here very soon on the horizon, coming out in November. Now, Yuden Chronicles 100 Heroes, it's a game that my good buddy Sonic Q managed to kickstart. I was definitely having my eye on there. I guess that's our closest thing to an HD 2D game that's going to be releasing here in this Nintendo Direct though. But you know, that one we don't have to wait too much longer. I think it's supposed to be coming out April 23rd of next year though. So Eastward Octopia, War Group 2, I don't really have too much to say on those two games. Dave the Diver, it's kind of cool looking, kind of indie-ish game right there. I mean, diving in the sea, getting some food, selling to customers and whatnot though. Next up we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Booster Course Pass. Yes, we finally got a sneak peek of what is going to be the final wave for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. 4 new characters are actually coming out for it though. We managed to get Diddy Kong, really excited. Wasn't the DK moment I was really expecting. Funky Kong, oh shoot, and now we got the new funky mode added on 8 Deluxe. And then we also managed to get Beach Ed. I was like, okay, whatever. And then also Pauline, which Pauline was really cool right there. So yeah, so we got the inclusion of all 4 of those characters. So some really great stuff with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We do know that's going to be coming out in the holiday time of this year. I think they'll probably be roughly around November, and we'll probably get another trailer showcasing off more stuff once we get a little closer to that date. Now, lastly, we had that one more thing segment right there, which we didn't know exactly what we might have potentially been getting up in there. I was thinking maybe it was going to be a Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem remake, a genealogy of a Holy War, but no, it is not that. Yes, Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door remake. And honestly, I was certainly not expecting that game, to be honest though. I mean, I never thought Nintendo would actually acknowledge that game. I thought it was just keep moving on with the Paper Mario series. We really already had a Paper Mario game on the Switch, with that being Origami King. But the fact that Nintendo acknowledged that and actually gave us a remake or slash remaster of this game, it's like, what on earth? So looking at the Nintendo Direct, we had a lot of great announcements of some stuff up in there. But if you notice the one main thing for all of this, it was definitely remake heavy on all of these games. The only thing that was brand new was that Princess Peach game, which might be a telltale sign of, yeah, most of our big developers that work over there at Nintendo, they're probably focusing all of their assets and resources over there on the next Nintendo console though. So we're kind of in that phase where we're kind of getting remakes of stuff, easy games that quickly, you know, package, ship, and send out the door though. But outside of that, it's an okay Direct. It wasn't the most greatest, amazing thing, but it definitely wasn't terrible also at the end of the day right there though. But y'all let me know down in the comment section down below, what all did you think about this Nintendo Direct? Was it great? Blew off your socks or whatnot though? Were you a little bit disappointed how there wasn't like super crazy, something brand new? But I know a lot of people were popping off with that 1,000-Year Door segment. I mean, myself included. I just never thought we would get the day that would actually be announced though. But overall, if I were to give this, you know, Nintendo Direct a letter grade, I would say maybe a C+. I mean, if they gave me something Fire Emblem related, it might have shot up to a B, but I just thought it was just right in the middle of the road. Because if you weren't a fan of like Mario games and stuff like that, like there was like 5 or technically almost 6 of them up in this Direct. This Direct might not necessarily speak to you, but just let me know in the comment section down below what all you thought about this Direct. But that's gonna basically do it in terms of this video right here. So if you really like it, make sure to go and hit that like button, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game related I feel like talking about and discussing. So remember y'all, until our video I make next, see y'all.